Welcome to Stream Time, where we talk all things streaming. What's on, what's coming up, and what you should avoid. We'll also explore ways to save you money on your streaming services as well. So kick back and relax as we get ready for Stream Time.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Stream Time, the show all about streaming. If it's on a streaming service, chances are we're going to be talking about it. Got a great one in store for you this time. Bored and unhappy as the Lord of Hell, the original fallen angel Lucifer, Morningstar, has abandoned his throne and retired to the city of Los Angeles. We're talking about Lucifer. Yeah, Lucifer, the series that actually started out as a regular television series on one of the regular networks and was taken over by Netflix because of the overwhelming popularity of this show and the fans' campaign to get it brought back to life, as it were. So the show Lucifer was resurrected, not to coin too many phrases, on Netflix. So you can see the complete series on Netflix right from the first season on. And we are going to take a look at it this time on Stream Time. Let's have a listen at the original trailer for the first season, and it introduced us to Lucifer.
People like to tell me things, those deep, dark, naughty little desires that are on their mind.
And you're not marrying this human stain because you're actually in love with him, right?
Oh, God, no. Oh, my, I can't believe I just said that.
Must be something about his face.
Hey, boss.
Remember me? Can I have your autograph?
Did I sell my soul to the devil?
So the devil made you do it, did he? The alcohol and the drugs, the topless selfies. The choices are on you, my dear. Pull yourself together.
Any witnesses? Lucifer Morningstar. Is that a stage name?
God-given, I'm afraid.
Why don't you tell me something? How does she end up dying in a hailstorm of bullets and you get away without a scratch?
The benefits of immortality. What will your corrupt little organization do about this?
We're done here.
Someone out there needs to be punished.
Stop caring. You're the devil. I think you have a visitor.
Menadil!
Your return to the underworld has been requested.
Let me just check my calendar.
Here it is. The 7th of never through to the 15th of ain't gonna happen. How does that work for you guys?
Try it. You think Father's upset now?
He will not be merciful for much longer.
We should be out there punishing those responsible. Come on, I'll help you.
How could you possibly help me?
I have the ability to draw out people's forbidden desires.
You're psychic or something?
No, I can't read people's minds. I'm not a Jedi. Watch and learn, okay? You're thinking about it, aren't you?
Do you two know each other?
No, but I know that look. So I wouldn't recommend it. I'm like walking heroin, very habit-forming. It never ends well.
I do yoga. Hot yoga.
What did you do to her? Did you roofie her?
What exactly do you think happens when the devil leaves hell? All of those demons, all of those tormented and tortured souls, where do you think they go?
You seem oddly immune to my charms.
Referring to them as charms, I think, is a bit of a stretch.
Did my father send you?
What's your name?
Lucifer.
Like the devil.
Exactly.
So there you go. There's a little bit of an audio snippet of the trailer that was running for the first season of Lucifer. And again, this show started on mainstream television and had a short-lived run there. It was a very popular show. But unfortunately, the television executives in their infinite wisdom decided to cancel it. Well, that pissed people off. And there was a concerted campaign by the fans of the show to get it revived. And Netflix came along and bought it up, and there it shall reside. Now, all seasons of Lucifer are available on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, you can see every season of the TV show Lucifer, which is now a streaming show. And it's... just to give you an idea, it's based basically on, just give you the formidable official background, based on the characters created by Neil Gaiman, Sam Keith, and Mike Dringenberg. The series follows Lucifer, the original fallen angel who has become dissatisfied with his life in hell. After abandoning his throne and retiring to Los Angeles, Lucifer indulges in his favorite things like women, wine, and song, until a murder takes place outside of his upscale nightclub. For the first time in billions of years, the murderer awakens something unfamiliar in Lucifer's soul that is eerily similar to compassion and sympathy. Lucifer is faced with another surprise when he meets an inquiring homicide detective named Chloe, who appears to possess an inherent goodness and does not succumb to his charms, unlike the worst of humanity, which he is accustomed to. Suddenly, Lucifer starts to wonder if there's hope for his soul. Now, the first episode of this debuted on television January 25th in 2016. Remember way back when? January 25th, 2016. So it's based on characters created for DC Comics as well. Basically, it stars the starring cast. Tom Ellis plays Lucifer. Lauren German plays Chloe Decker. Kevin Agendo, I'm sorry, Kevin, if I'm slaughtering your name, plays Dan. These are some of the main characters of Lucifer. Now, the nice thing about this TV show, first of all, it's not for kids. I'm going to tell you that right from the get-go. This is not, I would say, for anyone maybe 12 and under, at least 12 and under, no go on this. Okay, no go on Lucifer unless you just, you don't mind having your kids watch graphic violence, graphic references to sex and things of that nature. Now, the show itself, basically, we just read you a synopsis of it, and it has a great storyline, and you kind of find yourself rooting for Lucifer. I must say that. Now, just some quick things to note in the series. Tom Ellis, who plays Lucifer, does his own singing throughout the show. Now, he doesn't play the piano on screen. In early interviews for the show, he said he really didn't know how to, but in 2019, a video of him accompanying himself on a piano while singing showed he's since added that skill to his repertoire. But he's actually a decent singing. But he's still only playing air piano in the scenes as Lucifer. Someone else is doing that. He's mimicking or that, which many great actors can do that you really can't even tell for that. Now, the series, again, has a great following. It has, the runtime for the episodes is about 42 minutes per episode or so. And there are multiple seasons available, and they are all available on Netflix. Now, what gets you hooked on this show is in the very first episode, Lucifer is speeding down the road, and he gets pulled over by a policeman. He's speeding down the road in his convertible in Los Angeles. He gets pulled over by a cop, and he kind of does his little Jedi mind trick thing, I'll call it, and bribes the police officer to get away with, getting a ticket or anything like that. There's multiple episodes. You're up to 6 seasons of Lucifer that are available. So this is not something that's only 1 or 2 seasons. A lot of times what you run into sometimes on these streaming services is they'll either make their own shows or productions and they only run a season or two, and then if it doesn't produce enough money or interest or anything like that, then they just, give it the axe, give it the hook, as it were. This one, though, like I said, you have 6 seasons to enjoy. It's a great binge watching show as well, just so you're aware of that. It's one that you'll get easily hooked on, and you can binge watch. We did it when it moved over to Netflix. We started binge watching it. We would watch 3 or 4 episodes an evening. And let me just pull up here. I'm going to just type this. I know I should have had this ready for there. But 6 seasons gives you quite a complement of episodes for Lucifer. So basically, the relationship between Chloe, who is a homicide detective in L.A., and Lucifer develops. He kind of becomes her surrogate partner and a consultant for the L.A. police. Chloe is divorced from Dan, her ex-husband, and she has a daughter. So there's that interplay in there as well. Chloe really doesn't believe he's Lucifer. As you watch the series and go on, you'll see how that relationship and that storyline plays out. I don't want to give too much away for you, but it's interesting how that is finally resolved. A lot of people don't believe he really is the devil, but as the series goes on in the seasons, you'll see how revelations, no pun intended for the show, are brought to light, as it were, with Lucifer. Again, it's got a lot of graphic violence. It's got some language, especially when it moved over to Netflix, the streaming service. It's got some language in it. So, if you're offended by foul language or graphic representations of debauchery and sex and, things like that, this might not be the show for you. Some people get offended by the religious aspect of this show because there are some out there, and again, that's perfectly fine, some out there that don't like a show that deals with anything of a biblical nature. This takes, a lot of liberties with it. It's a fantasy drama series. However, it didn't offend me, and I consider myself to be a quote-unquote spiritual religious person. I understand that this is entertainment. This is not portraying life. It's not portraying reality. It's not portraying what you should believe. It just took a topic and, went into the fantasy realm with it. That's what it's based on. Somebody had the idea of, hey, what if the devil, left hell and came up to earth and made themselves a sentient being, et cetera, et cetera. There's some great awkward moments throughout the series, where Lucifer gets himself in because he doesn't really understand the human condition per se as far as day-to-day life. He comes to terms with what it's like to be mortal as opposed to a spiritual being or a sentient being. So there's a lot of that fish out of water type of characteristics in the show Lucifer as well. So these are things that keep the series and drive the series. There's also the possible relationship between Lucifer and Chloe, where he is fascinated by the fact that she doesn't seem to succumb to his power of being able to draw out what people's inner desires are. It's kind of a different type of spin on what you would think the devil would be. It kind of portrays it as, they don't make you do things. They just kind of, the devil would kind of, it's your inner being, as it were. And if you look, I guess if you want to look at it spiritually, in a lot of religions, there is references to evil, devil, Satan, Beelzebub, as it were, whatever you want to call it. In most all religions, there's that evil nature, good, bad, light, dark. And this just kind of takes that premise, though, and moves it in a different direction where it gives it a more human aspect to say, hey, why is this evil entity the way it is? Can it have compassion for the human race and what have you? So there's a lot of spiritual elements in this. Again, all fantasy stuff, all things that are just made for entertainment only. However, I think it's done very well theatrically. The stories are really decent. It doesn't seem to get too stale, even as the seasons go along, because there's always some new type of dynamic popping up. There's new areas they explore, so that it keeps the show fresh. It keeps it moving along. You don't feel like, oh God, I've seen this last season or whatever. You look forward to seeing what they're going to explore next in the world of Lucifer. So if you have Netflix and you want some good, solid adult entertainment, I can recommend Lucifer. Again, definitely not made for anyone 12 or under, and you might even want to raise that age bar a little bit depending on your parenting. But that being said, Lucifer is solid, devilishly good entertainment. And there are rumors possibly of another season coming to Netflix, so we'll wait and see if that transpires. That's about all the time we've got for this time on Stream Time. We're glad you dropped by. Remember to give us a rating, and also check out other episodes of Stream Time at purplepitstudios.com. Again, other episodes of Stream Time on your favorite podcast provider or purplepitstudios.com. Recommend a show to your friends. If you would like to contact us via email, it's streamtime@purplepitstudios.com. Once again, streamtime@purplepitstudios.com. Until next time, for Stream Time, I'll save the remote for you. Take care.